So remember when your orgasm had the power of a rocket launcher? And it wasn't uncommon to hit the ceiling of the car. You know, these days, maybe it's more like squeezing the last bit of toothpaste from the tube or a drip from the faucet. So today we're diving into how to reclaim your power, how to increase that volume, thicken the consistency, and really get your firepower back. Now, you know, stuff you can't talk about with your regular doctor, but we can do it here. Now, by the end of this video, you'll know how and why your prostate and pelvic floor are the real MVPs of your orgasm. You'll discover why foods and herbs have been shown to improve semen volume and how to use massage, movement, and science to thicken and intensify the load. You know, you'll also learn how to naturally restore your body's ability to, explode like a fire hose instead of that leaky faucet. So I'm Dr. Rachel Ross, a physician, sexologist, and someone who's helped thousands, millions of men restore their confidence and vitality in that area. And this isn't fluff, it's science, and the cool part is it's fun. So subscribe so you don't really miss a thing. Now, every week here is Hard Week, where my goal is to help over 1 million men get hard naturally. So start that journey by getting your age, your erection age, calculated. You know, you may be 40, but your erection age may also be 65. So head over to eage.me or use the link pinned below in the comments, or actually a QR code that may pop up right here, so that you can get started, so that you can have hard week every week, pun intended. You'll get your E-Age plus actionable steps that you can take to E-Age in reverse. So take the quiz and come back here and let me know your calculated E-Age, so you will be the only man in your crew whose erection is aging in reverse. Okay, so first, let's break down what's really going down when you shoot powerful ejaculation. It is actually a team effort. So many things are involved, but the Kobe Bryant of the team is your prostate. So let's take it from the head. The slippery pre-ejaculate, well, that's made by the bulbal urethral glands, which are down here. The prostate gland adds alkaline fluid that makes up about 30% of your semen, and the seminal vesicles actually make the rest of the semen. But the most important part is the mighty prostate, and it goes even further. See, the muscles and the strength of the prostate actually ensures that the semen is kind of forcefully pressed into the urethra, the P-tube, right? And then expelled outward during ejaculation. So a dribble or a sludge tells me that the prostate isn't in optimal condition, and that the elasticity of the prostate is 100% necessary to propel and force that semen through the urethra. The strength and the elasticity of the prostate actually decreases with age. They decrease with inflammation, in the case of prostatitis even. And certainly elasticity and strength of the prostate falls off when you have benign prostatic hypertrophy, or BPH, okay? So another important player in ejaculation power, the pelvic floor muscles, especially the bulbocavernosum, which kind of sits at the root, and the ischiocavernosum muscles. They have to be really strong enough and elastic enough to also contract rhythmically to amplify that expulsion. So all of this has to be strong enough to propel the fluid. The pathway has to be wide open, and the fluid has to travel an average of 5.5 inches. And in the case of a young buck, all the way up to the ceiling of his mom's Cadillac, right? And in your 20s, testosterone was optimized, nitric oxide was abundant, the prostate was compact and powerful, and the pelvic floor muscles were engaged and active. So what's happened is time has passed, and now all of those are weaker. The pelvic contractions are weaker. The prostate is congested and weak and stretched out, stressed out. Oxidative stress in the testicles and the seminal vesicles have lowered testosterone levels, and the zinc levels have fallen off, all of which are important, and they impact the volume and the distance of your ejaculate. So now that you understand the anatomy, let's talk about clearing those pipes out quite literally. Now, prostate massage has been shown to improve ejaculatory force, clear that stagnant seminal fluid, and increase circulation and elasticity of the ducts. Kind of clears it out. A 2009 study published in the International Journal of Andrology showed that men who received weekly prostate massage for 6 weeks showed a significant improvement in the force and the volume compared to controls. Now, you can use internal digital stimulation with a finger or a slim and gentle curve like the prostate massager that we sell, or you can try to apply external pressure to the perineum, that spot in between the scrotum and the anus called the taint. You know, this isn't about pleasure at this point. It's really just to make sure that you don't have stuff building up in your prostate. You get the massage and it kind of helps with that. Now, if you want to shoot further, stronger, you really need that muscle power. So don't forget to get your EAGE calculated at eage.me. Start the journey there. Because see, the pelvic floor muscles, especially that bulbocavernosus, contracts during ejaculation and creates that pulsating expulsion. Now, a 2014 study in Therapeutic Advances in Urology found that pelvic floor training improved ejaculatory control, erectile strength, semen expulsion, and distance. So those dick ups that we talk about makes a huge difference. You'll last longer and propel further. I have a complete video on how and when to show you just how to do dick ups properly. All right. So consistency equals stronger contractions, which leads to more powerful climax, and you'll notice results within 2 weeks. Some of you, depending on your age, 1 week. So we're discussing how you can propel with more power and volume and more distance. Now, these are things that you can start today. And in a couple of weeks, I want you to come back to this video and thank me and tell everyone about your experience, because we all learn from each other. I've been helping men optimize for years, and the stuff I bring to you on my channel, it works. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, get your EAGE calculated at eage.me. That link is also pinned in the comments below. So let's go. So now let's talk herbal supplements. You know, ads for these things pop up boop, 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 all over your feed constantly. And here's what to look for on some of these labels: science-backed nutrients and herbs that will increase the volume down there, the viscosity, you know, so it's not just thin and drippy, and testicular output. So 3 of the 5 that I'm going to talk about are actually prime ingredients in our Prostate Plus Flow supplement, because prostate strength is essential for the type of power that you want. 1, Pygeum africanum. Love that name, right? Also known as African cherry bark. It's known for supporting prostate and urinary tract health. In fact, a meta-analysis published in the Cochrane Database of Systematic Reviews found that Pygeum africanum significantly improved urinary flow and reduced nighttime urination, nocturia in men with prostate enlargement. By reducing prostatic congestion and inflammation, it's thought to help clear the pathways for more powerful ejaculatory response, right? And then there's Pinus pinaster, commonly known as French maritime pine bark. It's loaded with proanthocyanins and potent antioxidants that enhance the lining of the blood vessels, improve nitric oxide production, and improve semen quality, and can help with that forceful ejaculation. The next is selenium. It's an essential trace mineral that's really highly concentrated in the testicles and seminal fluid. It plays a vital role in spermatogenesis, making sperm, testosterone metabolism, making testosterone, and sperm motility. A 2011 double-blind, placebo-controlled trial showed that selenium supplementation actually improved that volume, sperm volume. They were swimming better. They were shaped better, especially when combined with vitamin E. Now, selenium is naturally found in Brazil nuts, seafood, meat, and semen is one of the most selenium-rich fluids in the body. Yeah, and low levels are directly linked to poor sperm output, weakened climax force, and all those things. So, there. And Tribulus territris. Now, I'm probably messed that name up, but it's long been used to boost libido, seminal fluid production, and animal studies actually show that it increases spermatogenesis, the process of making more sperm, and enhances testosterone sensitivity, particularly in older gents. I've talked about maca root. Maca root is a traditional Peruvian root known for improving semen quality, that thickness and that concentration. So clinical studies have shown that increased volume and improved swimming motility after regular use of maca. I'm a huge fan of maca. So we've discussed prostate massage, dickups, herbal supplements, all to bring your orgasmic power to new levels. Now let's talk my favorite, the original medicine, food. Now, this is how you bring the fireworks back. Now, who needs Cialis when you can have amazingly healing foods? Pumpkin seeds, yes, they're loaded with zinc. Zinc is essential for seminal fluid or semen to be produced and testosterone balance. Leafy greens and beets, they're rich in nitrates, which convert to nitric oxide and improve blood flow to the testes and the prostate, which is why so many men find explosive success with my E-Function smoothie recipe book. The testimonials and the love tells the story. Look at all these smoothie recipes testimonials popping up around me. Like, wow, right? Now, eggs and liver are also full of choline, which is needed for healthy semen production. Pineapple and celery not only improve the taste, you want it to taste good too, right? But increase seminal fluid hydration, and hydration is key. Semen is 90% water, and if you're dehydrated, your load will be weak. Walnuts, Brazil nuts, rich in selenium and arginine naturally. They're shown to boost the volume and the quality. Next, I want you to cut down on excessive alcohol, processed sugar, soy-based foods, junk foods, and they can throw your hormone balance way off, reduce your output. So start this journey towards stronger explosions, and knowing and calculating your E-age is at the top of that. So pinned in the comments, linked below, calculate your E-age, because every week is hard week, and I am helping almost 1 million guys do that with my subscriber. Now, your body isn't broken. It just needs the tools. It needs a tune-up. Fix the foundation. Clear the prostate. Get as healthy as possible. Support it with quality supplements like our Prostate Plus Flow. Strengthen your pelvic floor. Nourish your system with foods that support stamina and erectile function and prostatic strength. Use herbs that support your biology and get to it. Your climax, it doesn't have to fade with age. With a little knowledge, intention, and a sprinkle of ancient wisdom, you can explode like you did back in the day. I'm Dr. Rachel. I love you, and boom! See that explosion? I'm out.